scholars. Today we are going to study History Chapter 7, which is Mobile and Settled Communities. During medieval period, even Indian society underwent many changes, and these changes were because of different social groups. So during medieval period, our society was broadly divided into settled or caste-based society and tribal society. So today we are going to study about these type of societies in detail. First of all, we'll be discussing about caste-based society, which is also known as settled society. As you have already studied, that during Vedic period, our society was divided as per Varna system, and the rules for this division was given by Brahmins and were accepted by the rulers along with the people belonging to the society. According to the caste system, people were divided as per high and low caste. And during the medieval period, especially during the time of Delhi Sultanate and Mughal period, the difference between rich and poor and high caste and low caste increased. So this was basically the caste-based society which emerged from Varna system. Next is the tribal society. Tribal society basically includes the people, those who are tribes or nomads. These societies does not follow the rules and regulations which are made by Brahmins, and they don't have any sort of difference like high caste and low caste among them. A tribal society consists of groups of related families which are governed by a chief and are having their own set of rules and regulations. These tribal societies even have their own traditions and culture which is not affected by the outside world. Tribes are basically the original inhabitants of our society. These are the people which are joined together with the bond of brotherhood. Each tribe is having a relation of kinship with each other, and they are not divided as per their caste or as per their wealth. Each tribal society has its own specific lifestyle, their customs and cultures. Most of the tribal society are basically nomads, which means they move from one place to another in search of occupation, work and pastures for animals. Most of the tribal societies generally lived in forest, hills and in deserted areas, but now they have even started living in the countryside. Since medieval times, these tribal people have changed their lifestyle due to the migration of other people into their regions and deforestation. Due to deforestation, these original inhabitants are removed from their natural habitat and are forced to live in other areas. Deforestation has uprooted them from their villages and has exposed them to new cultures. Now these tribal people have even learned some aspects of new cultures and have started living a settled life. In some places even they have established their own state or kingdom. Mostly these tribal people depend on agriculture for their livelihood. Some of the tribes are even hunter-gatherers, which means they used to hunt animals for living and they used to gather the forest produce. All the members of a tribal community owned cattle, pastures and lands collectively. It means there is no individual owner of whatever a tribe owns, and the whole community is the owner of whatever they are having. And whatever is the produce from that land, that is even equally shared among the members of the tribal society. The tribes basically exchange the goods through barter system. Barter system means exchanging the goods with each other than exchanging the things for money. Even the trade between different tribes or tribal society is through the exchange of goods only. Next we are going to study about interdependence of caste-based society and tribal society. As we have discussed now, that now the lifestyle of tribal people are changing because of the migration of other people into their regions. But somehow they are able to maintain their cultural identity But still, these changes have brought a change in their traditions, culture, and even their style of living. And on the other hand, even both these societies depend on each other for fulfilling their needs. The people living in caste-based society depend on tribal societies for the things which are found in forest. And on the other hand, the tribal society depend on caste-based society for fulfilling their daily needs and for development. In this manner, the interdependence of both these societies has led to a change in their culture and their pattern of living. Next, we are going to discuss about important tribes in the subcontinent. If we talk about Indian subcontinent, there are variety of tribal societies which are present in our country. As per the division of tribal societies, some societies are very small, some tribal groups are very big, and some groups are very large and powerful and are having their own state or territory. In our subcontinent, tribal groups are found in almost every part of the country. Some of the important tribes of our subcontinent are Gonds, Mahars, Baluchis, Khakars, etc. So now we are going to discuss about some of the tribal groups which are in different parts of our subcontinent. Some of the influential tribes are Gokars and Khakars in Punjab, Baluchis in Northwest, even Ahoms, Nagas and Bhils in other parts of the country. Even some of the tribal groups got some important positions like Mansabdars by different kings, and even some of the tribes were divided into smaller clans under different chiefs. And in the later period, many of the tribes they started settling down at one place as agriculturists, but still many of the tribes remained hunter-gatherers for a longer period of time. Next, we are going to study about nomads and itinerant groups. Nomads are basically the wandering people. They move from one place to another with their animals. These groups of people generally used in animal products like milk, ghee, wool, etc. Mostly these nomads move from one place to another and exchange their goods with the people belonging to the settled communities. They exchanged milk, wool and ghee with the agriculturists in settled communities in return of food grains, clothes, utensils and so on. These nomadic groups brought these goods from one place. They used to carry it over their animals from one place to another place and used to sell their goods at another place. Some of the nomadic groups even trade in cattle and horses. They used to sell their animals at other places in return of money. They even make goods like mat, straws, etc. Even some of the mobile traders, they connected our country to the outside world. In Central Asia, the outside traders, they used to bring nuts to our country, and the Banjaras, they used to purchase it and used to transport it to the local market. In this manner, these nomads act as a chain between the outsiders and the local market. Banjaras are basically the most important group of nomads. They usually travel in caravans or groups of people. Their caravan is generally named as Tanda. Banjaras are moving from one place to another to perform trade. Even in the medieval times, during the time of war, the Banjaras used to carry all the necessary items to the army at the war front. They used to carry all these things on their bullocks and they used to take it to the place where the war is going on to feed the soldiers and to fulfill their needs. So these were basically the nomadic groups. Next is the itinerant groups. Itinerant groups generally consist of the people, those who are skilled. Itinerant groups consist of peddlers, entertainers and all the people, those who are making different type of craft items and are selling it into the local market. They travel from one place to another and generally prefer different occupations. Next, we are going to study about changes in society. As we have already studied, due to the interdependence of caste-based society and tribal societies, both these societies have undergone some changes. So first of all, we'll be discussing about changes in caste-based society. The caste-based society in itself consists of many tribal groups and named them as jatis. As we have already discussed, that many tribal groups are having their own state and kingdom. So in this manner, many jatis emerged. As per the development in economy, the needs of the people also increased. And in this way, new skilled people are required to make different goods. In this manner, many jatis emerged under Varna system. Next change is emergence of new jatis. Brahmins even considered masons, carpenters, etc. as a new jati. In this manner, jati became the basis of caste-based society other than Varna. Or we can say that caste became the basis of society other than the occupation. Some of the earlier tribes like Hunas, Chalukyas, they became powerful and had their own state and kingdom. So earlier they were tribes, but later on they were being considered as Rajputs and they had their own kingdom. The rulers used their wealth to create new kingdoms. In this manner, the society was changing politically, socially and economically. These were some of the changes that came up in caste-based society. Next, we are going to discuss about changes in the tribal society. Many tribals began to follow the Rajput clans, those who were earlier tribes, but now they have become the king. Even many of the tribal communities has become a part of caste-based society with the support of Brahmins. As we have already discussed, that as per the needs, new skilled people were needed. So many of the tribal people, with the support of Brahmins, they were considered as a new jati and were a part of the caste-based society. The leading tribal families became a part of the ruling class, and the other tribal families, they become a part of the lower caste in the caste-based society. Many tribal groups of Punjab and Northwest, they became a follower of Islam and started following Islam as their religion because they were not at all in favor of differences which are adopted by the caste-based society. In this manner, both these societies underwent many changes, and this in turn has given way to the emergence of new tribal states which were governed by the tribal chiefs. So this was all about the chapter. Before winding up, let us discuss about the important points related to the chapter. Adivasis are the original or indigenous people living in an area. Gonds belong to pastoral communities and tamed sheep and cattle. Their caravans are called Tanda. Among the many tribes of Northwest, Punjab and Sindh had adopted Islam very early. Despite the Varna-based society and existence of many tribes, there has been great degree of interaction among different communities of India. Groups of people belonging to certain communities or caste living at one place are called settled communities. So this was all about the chapter. With this we are going to wind up today's class. Good day for now. Stay home, stay safe.